Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth
and sell it on the internet really fast.
I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit. We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land.
for half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala and Jill DeWit.
Hello.
Welcome to our show. In this episode, Jill and I talk about not making your primary residence your worst real estate deal ever. Hey, it happened to me. I'll tell you a story in a second. Great show today, Jill. Let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplan.com, our free online community.
Yes, Courtney L wrote and asked, I paid too much for some properties. What do I do now?
Oh, this is very timely. Hey, this is perfect for the show. You sell them, even at a loss. You just got to get past them. Get the cash, as much cash as you can. You know, we pay cash for everything. Get as much cash as you back. What I see happening is people dwell on it and say, oh, it's over. I can't do it anymore. It's just a little tiny bump. People do it. It happens to us. Not so much anymore, but, because we're a couple of decades into this thing. But if you have a group of property, a lot of new members come to us and say, I paid too much. I don't know what to do. I can't sell these properties. I tell them, every single one of them, the same thing. Hey, reduce the price to the point where you're going to sell them, or sell them on terms or something, where you collect payments forever, but you got to get past it.
Move on.
Yeah, move on.
And you learned sometimes that happens. You can't dress them up and sell them, if it's not worth it, it's just not worth it because you did accidentally overpay.
What I see is people sending out, they can't believe how inexpensive they're sending these offers out. So they stare at an offer before it goes out, and they say, there's no way that I can buy 5 acres for $500. I feel like a jerk or an idiot by sending this. So they mark it up $15,000, $2,000, even $4,000, and send them all out. And then they get a lot of them signed in return, and they buy the property. This is usually before they learn about Land Academy. And, and they say, geez, I didn't realize. Or they made an honest mistake and maybe even priced it wrong. It's not so much that they're embarrassed to send it out. They just didn't price it right. Just get past it. Like anything in life where you made a mistake, you just chalk it up to experience and get back on the horse and make it right on the next mailer. Sounds like advice you would give, Jill.
Totally. Just have to move on. Don't let it be, we can sit and fret over it and let it, bring us down and kind of beat ourselves up about it, but don't worry about it. Move on. My thing is to hurry up, unload them and do it right. And then down the road, when you recover from this, you can look back and go, oh boy, did I made a mistake there, but I learned and now I have this much money in the bank. That's okay. Right. You'll catch up. Don't let that sink the ship.
Yeah, this concept works with wives too.
Oh.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816.
Back up the truck. What are you?
The truck?
I don't know what else.
Back up the truck.
What is this
saying?
saying?
Let me use that. Back the truck up. It sounds shut up.
Jack.
Back the truck up. That's a show right there.
Famous for sliding things in there, hoping I'm not going to catch them. And I caught that one. This works for wives.
Back the truck up.
Gee whiz.
That's my new favorite saying.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you overpaid for a wife?
Shut the front door. What?
Did you overpay for a wife? What do you mean this works for wives? Recover, move on. I guess divorce, recover, move on.
My personal experience is not up for discussion here.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying, in theory.
In theory. You've heard.
Moving on could also work in a marriage. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my goodness. You're crazy. Oh gosh.
You know why we're laughing so much? Today's the last show we're recording.
Do you know here's something really good. I got to share this one. Our staff asked me the other day. They're redoing our Facebook and social media stuff, and there's an area in Facebook where it asks if you have any awards. And the employee reached out to me and said, "Do you have any awards?" And I wrote back, "Really?" with a question mark. But I'm thinking, you know what, Jack? I kind of deserve it. I should have said yes. I can handle Jack on a day-to-day basis. Do I get an award for that? Just kidding.
What we should do?
Have our own award.
We should have like an award show.
Oh.
Like some people have live events. could have an award show like most deals done.
We could do that with
like
our
it's
party.
Oscars, you know?
Well, we can re-roll that out with our party that we're talking about.
Brilliant idea. And have little statues. Most
really
deals
good.
done. Most
Helpful.
Most improved, like a coach, like in coaching. Most improved. Mail sent out. Number of letters, mail offers made. Number of data downloaded.
I like that. That'd be really cool.
We can get little Oscar things. Maybe make them silver or platinum or something instead of gold.
Exactly. That's nice. Do you go in like an attendance one for showing up on our calls?
Yeah, attendance.
Most participation.
They could come up and like most success plan participation.
How about helping other people? I like that one. Most helpful in success plan or something. I don't know too. That might be kind of out there. You're thinking. I love it.
I think it's just I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants to get on stage and say, "Hey, I'd like to thank my mom," or whatever. Anyway,
I know what everybody say. I'd like to thank my wife for not killing me when I came home with this idea.
Yeah.
And now I have so much money in the bank. And now she sees it, and we're all good.
Like the best supporting spouse award.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And then you have to submit it.
Yeah,
man, everybody wins there.
Nominate your significant other.
You know how it's awful when they give the kids participation awards?
Right.
I think everyone gets an award for being
it's a party.
A supporting spouse.
Yes.
If you have any questions or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Today's topic is, and I love this topic, don't make your primary residence, like me, your worst real estate deal. Why, Jill? Would your primary residence ever be the worst deal you've ever done, in a word or less?
Emotional.
I knew it. I knew you had the answer.
It was 100%.
Yep.
If it's 100% an emotional decision, you are probably not going to win financially.
Companies have whole office buildings filled with people that do marketing so that to make sure that you, as a consumer, make an emotional decision about anything you buy. Mm-hmm. Hairspray, automobiles, clothes, socks, everything.
Lexus headlights.
I'm not going to live that down.
Yeah, no.
I changed a light bulb on a Lexus one time, and it was a 2-day project.
Right.
I'll never do it again.
Bacon.
There's springs and clips, and you can't touch anything because oil on it. Never mind.
Yeah. Computers, Apple, anything.
Yeah.
It's all emotional. Apple's a good one. That's a good emotional one. They prey on you that you're going to want to be the coolest person on the block and have the latest and greatest toy.
I had a buddy who a long time ago he loved electronics, and when he got something in the mail or when he bought something, he would go through this almost compulsive process of opening it, and you could just see him like licking his lips and like he's ready to eat a pizza or something that he just couldn't wait to sink his teeth in or enjoy. It was really kind of disturbing. how he just went through this. I could see him like salivating.
That's funny.
It's a very emotional purchase.
Got it.
Packaging.
Exactly.
So yeah, primary residences. I bought a property that was in the market. It was very inexpensive, because that's what I do. I buy cheap property. So I figured I'm going to do it with my house, and it worked. I did it. And so, the house needed a lot of repairs. So I blew that by making a ton of repairs. That I went way overboard for the neighborhood, and ultimately lost a lot of money on the deal. And it was all based on emotion. I wanted and the renovations were based on emotion and the whole thing. So I see a lot of people using their primary residence as an example of the real estate business. And in my opinion is that the two have nothing to do with each other at all. When we wholesale houses, we make a ton of money. Well, we make $10,000 a unit intentionally, or we don't do the deal.
Just look at it like a number. And how many... What's interesting is why is that your primary residence have to be such a reflection of you?
Well, I think there's two reasons. Can I answer?
Yeah.
First of all, when you buy a primary residence, most of us, you're making a decision with someone else. And so when two people make a decision together, it's usually a mess. Someone's got to be in charge.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Okay, I got a lot to say about this. So go ahead. This is no, not about that part. I just thought of something. No, you're so good. No, do. Keep going.
And second of all, I mean, even if you are doing it, you just start to look at wallpaper and stuff. Not wallpaper, but paint colors. And boy, what if we put a deck on the back and did this whole thing, and I could a 19-car garage, and I can buy some cars. It's a mess. So I don't know, to answer your question, Jill. I don't have that answer. It's not. The answer is not for you. I know that. It's not for me. We've said this before on the show. For us, it's all about location, location, location. I'll live in a rat pit in a great location.
So here's my 2 cents on this. Because we've done it wrong, and then we've done it right. Like our current residence in Arizona was 100% financial. It was actually meant to be a flip that we decided this is such a good deal, we're just going to make it ours. So we really went at that the right way, and I love it because that's really what we weren't thinking.
Best location on the planet.
Yeah, we weren't thinking anything at all other than this is going to be a great asset to flip.
Remember we stayed there? We're like, we got done with renovating it, and we stayed there because it was such a good location.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, what? Why don't we just live here?
Sell this? This is crazy. Totally.
There's no mortgage on it.
Yeah. It was hilarious. Well, then I was just to say we turned around and did it again in California. We are so, to us it's normal. Everybody else thinks we're nuts.
Everyone.
But our residents in California, the first time we saw it was when we were moving in.
Yeah, we did the whole thing online. We did the deal online.
It was all location and numbers.
You know what? We are experts at real estate because I never thought of that, Jill. We bought online.
Talking to people, we knew the area, we knew the maps, we did our numbers, we ran comps.
Just like we buy land, we don't go look at that either, and you do great.
Yeah,
I never put that all together.
Look at it. It was 100%. It was zero emotional. It was all about numbers and location for us. It was location, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
that's a great example.
So that's, and it's. I know it's some people just. And I think what's interesting is some people are stuck, like you just said, when you're buying your primary residence, there's 2 of you. So even if you're on that one page and your other person very well might not be on the same page, that's probably how it's going to go. If you can get them on the same page somehow, or you can at least reel them in and say, how about this? Can we at least, what are your top 3 things? And I'll work them into, you and I do this often. Yeah. What are your top 3 things? Yeah. And I'll come back with some options for you. Maybe you can at least do that. Maybe your significant other says, I have to live in this area, in this school district, and this. Okay, I get that. All right, now let's work with the numbers that work within that school district and in that zip code because you love it and, whatever.
Or let's rent a place for a year and really, really spend some time looking around and make a good decision. Because we're going to be there for years and years and years together, theoretically.
How many people do that? I see people all the time. Well, they don't. You're right.
Nobody does.
People... It's crazy to me, the number of people that go out and buy a home and have it already lined up, ready to go.
On a weekend.
And then they come home and they go, okay, now we got to pack up and sell. What the heck?
Yeah.
Now, and because you're like, the clock is ticking, man.
That's a personality thing.
And you got, probably 30, 45 days. You got to sell this place because new place is contingent sometimes on this place. You're not making good decisions at that point.
I wrote a technical paper years ago about how you don't make any money on your primary residence. So when you hear anybody say, "I made $300,000 on that house," it happens in California here a lot, and it turns out they didn't make anything because the interest that they paid over the years and the improvements that they made, and what they're saying is, "I bought it for $300 and sold it for $600."
Right.
And it has nothing to do with how much you made. In fact, the whole technical paper, it got right into the math, seriously into the math. And 9 times out of 10, unless you're in an extremely spiraling upward market, you lose money. So, the pros flip houses and they make money because they know what they're doing. They have it all worked out. They don't buy stuff at Home Depot. They go deeper into buying cheaper material, and they have a contractor lined up that's done 90 houses for them already. So I see it all the time. People say, my parents, they bought a house, they made $100 million. They're millionaires when they retired because they bought into, no, okay.
It's kind of funny.
That's not a gauge. It's a completely different product. So
exactly.
This is the technical 2. 2 minutes of property investment advice from our 15-year, 15,000 transaction experience. Don't dwell on a bad deal. Sell it at a loss if you need to. Just keep moving forward. If your house is going to sell for less than you, if you're going to lose a bunch of money on your house, just then lose it. Or stay there forever and try to make it up that way. But I'm telling you, that mortgage payment every month, just get out of it. Whatever it takes, just get out of it. I would love for somebody who gives financial advice to disagree with me and reach out to me and tell me why. What we've all heard in our childhoods for some reason, and I think the millennials have not heard this as much, but in our generation and the baby boomers generation, is that you got to buy a house, you have to live in a house. Honestly, Jill, before I met you, that's kind of what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, everybody
really,
thinks you have to have a mortgage and a car payment.
Fought you on that.
Yeah.
And live in a house if you want to. Just make sure it's paid off, or that you put 50% down. Mm-hmm. So do the math on it. It's silly. If you read your mortgage right on the first page, I think they have to do this. It'll tell you what the principal and interest amounts that you will pay on a mortgage throughout the duration of the mortgage, and it's a staggering number. It's in the millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm. Do people read that and think, "Oh, I'm going to pay it off sooner. That's not going to happen to me," or do they, or they just gloss over that? Think that's just the way it is.
Probably.
That's just the way it is.
I mean, when's the last time anybody's read a contract for anything? Including me.
I know, because you have me. That's funny. Hey. I get it, though. I go through it with a fine-tooth comb. Yeah, so, okay.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. This whole show is inspirational. Jill's got the icing on the cake, I bet.
Be real and follow up with actions. Don't put something out there that's not truthful. Be sincere. Be transparent. Say what's really going on. Be upfront and honest all the time, even if it costs more, and follow up with your actions, and you will get a lot further in anything.
Awesome advice. Do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, I'm just talking about be real. Some people are making up stuff and saying stuff and promising things that they really can't follow through with, and it's just not truthful. I don't understand that, and it's not nice.
It concerns me how you came up with this today.
Tricking people. And
Did somebody trick you?
I am actually not going to share it.
Somebody tricked you.
No, it was something that I read in social media. It was something that I read about someone. Actually, here's what I will share. It was someone in our world in social media, someone in the real estate world and stuff that has, how do I know? I don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
Why
anyway,
not?
They sell.
Whisper it in my ear. I'll throw
they sell an education, and they are now recovering, apparently, and saying, "Oh, maybe we were doing this wrong. We really do want to help you. We're not going to charge for something." Yeah.
I bet I know their name. Well, the first thing I'm going to do after the show is find out all this. Is it a direct competitor of ours?
We don't have any competitors.
I know you say that, but is it somebody that buys and sells land?
Somebody buys and sells land, yes.
All right, so it's one of two people.
We're going to play 20 questions here.
It's one of two people then. And now we can find out.
Yeah, it's really kind of interesting. And you know what? And so here's my thoughts. I'm like, hey, I'm like, good for you. You're now catching on and doing the right thing. A. But B, shouldn't you kind of been doing the right thing all along? So that's my point, is part of me is like, well, what else are you hiding? Or I don't know what hiding's the right word, but, and so my whole thing is, come on, just be real. If you're really saying you're trying to help somebody, then really try to help somebody. Don't charge them for it and whatever, have an ulterior motive. So be real and follow up with what you say you're going to do. So,
yeah.
And
that's too bad.
It is. But that's why we are different, and that's why we have so many people in our world. And we have a lot of good people in our world. They know that we're really here. The only thing that you and I think get in a pickle about is we try to help. We try to help everybody, and there's just not enough of us to go around. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm spread too thin, and it's not that I don't want to talk. I would love to talk to every single person who has a question for me. I would love to spend a half hour personally on the phone. I would do that all day, every day. I just can't.
I'm here to tell you, Jill's exactly right. If even as far as we are in this business, the number of deals we do, there are still, there's still so much more stuff that I want to provide and do, and you really have to reel yourself in. I used to think there was some magic line that you cross, and then it's like, oh, that's it. I'm going to put my feet up, sit on the back of the boat, and it's over. And that's just not how it is. If you're serious about whatever you do for a living, I don't care what it is, it just never ends. An artist is never. I heard this about artists a long time ago. Let's just use a painter as an example. They're just never done. They're still staring at the paint, and that's what a true artist is. It's like, this painting is not done yet, or a novelist. I watched an interview with an animator that works for Pixar. They do the computer animated films,
like Nemo and stuff.
And he said the only reason that this got released this way is because I ran out of time. If they gave me 10 more years to do this, I would still be working on it. Mm-hmm. So you have to have a schedule. That's true with a lot of stuff. I stop myself when I think stuff is less than perfect, just to move on all the time.
Mm-hmm. Because then you'd never be done. You're right. You wouldn't. You just have to. So.
That should be a formal class or something. Probably is. How to control your workflow. I know that movies are made in 45 days now. 30 to 45 days.
I don't know how they do that.
They're pushing all the data back to somebody who's producing it while they're shooting it and everything.
Right.
I think that's cool. It used to take 2 years.
That's true. They wait and send it, and yeah.
Hey, join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You're not alone in your real estate ambition. Are they apologizing? On social media for what? Are they giving refunds?
No. Oh, boy, I didn't even thought about that one. I wonder if that's going to come up. Yeah, it's... Are
you reading?
I'm reading.
We're not going to name names, you're right. But, geez, that's amazing.
Exactly.
Sales tactics, I guess.
So here, it wasn't really an apology. It was over the years. Here's what I did, and you know what? I didn't enjoy it. Someone told me that if you want people to respect you, you can't get too close to them. Oh. And so, not really giving out advice and really helping, and so it's very...
Well, someone was wrong.
Someone was wrong. So, it's interesting.
What does that mean, really, Jill? You're the inspirational one. What does that mean, not get close to me? Not untouchable, but unreachable.
You can't have access to them.
Like a celebrity?
Mm-hmm. So...
oh, wow.
It's like putting yourself in that position on purpose. So...
That's really sad.
I know. So...
All right, enough sadness on the show.
Okay, thank you.
Information... I'm sorry, go ahead.
So the point is, they're recovering and good for them.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show. We are the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land,
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening.
Let's go buy some property. If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
LandAcademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.